Guess what? More rails! Alright, we are here on Ralas. For those of you who don't know, that is a changed map of Salar. For those of you who don't know what Salar is, why not? It's a pretty cool map. T1ANS, Team 2 OSP. We are on the public testing branch. We're in a 3K 5v5. 6 Tech Fault, Colin Jackrat, 3 Cats and a Trench Coat, Goodnight, and Super Hans on ANS versus Polymorph Sneroid, Quinto Bean, Imperial, Dramus, and Sunflower Girl 10 on OSP. The public testing branch is mostly quality of life changes and bug fixes, but we've had a bit of a shakeup last week because the dev man likes to see everyone suffer, and railguns have been buffed into a pretty dangerous state, and Balcon has been on fire about it constantly. Mostly people who have not played the Capital Rails talking about it, which is always fun. Yeah, a lot of people with zero experience speaking on the subject. It's been a blast. I hope nobody heard the hammering from the upstairs neighbor. But we've had some pretty interesting games with them. I'm still on the fence. I don't know how I feel about them. I think they're entirely balanced, but I think they make for very unfun gameplay. Like, non-interactive, like the last game that we had on Aorta. If you just push forward with meat and zone like halfway competently, the rails can just never ever be threatened by OSP. Because I have nothing that can reach that. But oh well. Well, yeah, it's partially Aorta, no doubt there. That's also just kind of how Aorta goes. It's really hard to get into anybody's backline. But that problem is certainly magnified. It's just an issue I foresee over the long term of pub games being complete ass because nobody on OSP can ever hit the backline. Because it takes concerted effort. But then again, that's more zero experience assumptions, because I haven't seen any pub games with the new rails, because you can't do that yet. It's on public testing branch, and pub games don't have it on public testing branch. So, anyways, enough guessing as to what may be in the future. Oh, good. Lobster saying we can definitely hear it. Fantastic. And Hubris too. Really happy that people are hammering on their floor directly above me. Okay, let's start going through these fleets and stop talking about other stuff. Let me do my actual job. Polymorph Sneroid, double 450 bulk freighters. Looks like Kyanite, actually. Maybe modern Kyanite. LRT, WR, tug and support. 450s on the front, S2s on the backs, pinpoints, pavises. Okay, this is not Kyanite exactly, but it's very similar build style. Quinto Bean with Gap Fleet. On the OSP, 1, 2, 3 MMTs, 1, 2 Arsenal tugs, torpedoes, very cool.
The enemy is securing zone
1, 2 mine launcher tugs, and 3 gun tugs. Yeah, playing Tumbleweed's actually a really good idea with people playing rails, because it's going to be a little more dynamic due to the cover. We do need to do that, no question. Sunflower Girl has 2 nearly naked railgun Ocellos. Oh my god. That's some points cringing right there, supported by 2 LRT tugs, or was that 1 LRT and 1 EWR? Hold on. Yeah, 1 EWR, 1 LRT, and 2 completely naked shuttles. Oh, what the fuck is this build, dude? Oh, man. Good luck. Imperial rocking the Pentabrick. C90, decoy containers and jammers. C90 T30, C90 T30. C90 plasma, C90 plasma. Got jammers, got some grazers. Not that much in the way of hard kill, but that's pretty menacing little rectangle on the field. Oh man, I did not want to read that. Okay, Dramus has 1 wing of multi-mission tugs and 1 plasma bulker and 1 250 bulker. Obelisk Plasma. Yeah, so this is actually a pretty good simulation of the public games. We've got 3 cats with the triple rail build, same triple rail build as Aorta. Walking naked ass vessels with railguns on them, that's it. Floating turrets. Floating turrets.
The enemy secured
Pulling
zone
Jackrat with a cap lead out of the ANS team with 2 traditional torped. No. These don't have Mark 61s. They got double defender. And then soft kill in the bottom slot.
The enemy secured zone Comet.
Blanket, bullseye, blanket, bullseye. Wow. Super jam bets. What in the world? I don't see those very often. They're like in the corners of the map, too. What? These just... Jam cap. Interesting. I am... Interesting. Gun shuttle... Or gun sprinter, rather. Gun sprinter... Another Torp vet going for Alpha Point. Gonna lose this for basically free. Really don't want to be throwing the more expensive ships into that Alpha Point.
We are contesting Zone Atlas.
Yeah, I mean, that's actually a good point. I'd rather have rails than W and left mouse. It's pretty painful. 2 PR supply vets as well. Good night. 450 axe birds, one of which is parked behind a rock and not doing anything. 6 stack fall, 450 beam, 450 beam, hard kill all around, and Super Hans with a gun voxel, and there's that 4th Axford. Of course, this one actually has some hard kill on it, and it's pushed up quite a bit relative to the others. Super Hans is a jam prig and a lock prig escorting the, or jam sprinter and lock sprinter escorting the larger vessels. Both teams effectively denying A. Good. Standard start, Sailor. We've got, alright, I'm not super familiar with Ralas either. Looks like the big rock has been split up into a couple trenches so you can actually get onto the other side. A cover's also got a beam hole. Oh, that's mean, actually. I don't know. I don't agree with this. You can just put a destroyer right here and just kill anything that reaches into that point. Got a little trench on top by where the Delta point used to be. No, I'm backwards. I'm backwards. Where is the Delta point? Okay, it's down one. And Echo is now up high. Interesting. I will say this makes controlling the lower side of the map less powerful, with the points a little more equidistant instead of having 3 points around the bottom side of the map. I'm about to go grab a room and beat the hell out of my ceiling. This never stops. I think it's actually just a small child hitting a hammer on the ground. Voxel getting some rails thrown at its nose. No land zone. It's going to be backing up. Well, I do, and it's irritating me immensely. Break Sunny. Oh man, this is another really mean little hole for denying Alpha. Man, Sailor already, you can basically shut out the 8 point fully. I don't know about making that even easier, Chief. I don't know about that. It's like ANS is hanging out. Yeah, both teams just kind of hanging out right in the middle of that Alpha trench, ready to pounce, pop out, and blast whatever goes down this section. So it looks like it's going to be on the Cap Gamers to really get things rolling. Oh, Colin Jackrat's been suffering a little bit here. Lost 2 sprinters, killed 2 shuttles, but those 2 sprinters are very expensive. And those 2 shuttles are extremely cheap. The MMT is getting shape onto the Bravo point. There's not really anything down here to defend it. Super Han's gonna be heading down there with the Voxel here before too long. So that's yeah, it's like a 7-minute journey down there. Anything moving over to Echo? No, not really. There's an MMT up here. Yeah, keeping an eye on this angle, making sure Anus doesn't come over the top of that trench. There's another one. Oh, one of the Arsenal Tugs. Nice. This is very dangerous little ship. Let's take a look. Where's the bulk bag? There it is. Pasted in the bridge. Crummy Cork 3. Okay? That tells me nothing. Wild Zing. Ooh, yeah. Rails and 250 Wombo combo will pretty much evaporate tugs. See you later. Rails occupy the damage control teams. 250 comes in, executes it. And that was only one rail CH2. Unless the other ones were firing over here, but I don't think they have the angle. It's hard to tell.
I was watching it. It took a full rail salvos from all of the rail experts. It was a little silly. It was basically green before the 250 ever got onto it. Or whatever your, like, close to dead color. Yeah, that one.
Yeah, Crow uses customized accessibility UI stuff. Decoy eating a few rail rounds. Now, normally this wouldn't matter. But for whatever reason, people have been running out of rail ammo because the fire rate has increased dramatically, or the real fire rate, the on-the-ground fire rate, the total amount of rails expended has increased dramatically, even though the RPM is lower on paper. The burst fire allows you to actually get more shots down the field than you otherwise would just from the sustained fire. So this might add up, this might matter. It's a 5v5. We did not change the points value because of all the lobby gaming. And also, I just always forget that. Ooh, and a torpedo hybrid, an act command hybrid being spent on that. That's very expensive. PF coming in to kill off the decoy. Alright, let's see how many shells you got on this thing, Troop. Okay, I think he started with more than 400. Nice. Oh, right, there's one that has 2 and the other 2 have 3, so he's gonna have to manage that. Probably won't be running out of rounds then. No, they're firing basically the entire aorta match. They didn't run out there. Big stalemate here. Ramus is moving in down on the Bravo side, but I think he's going to get checked by these sprinters. And he's now on burn ping. Oh, this sprinter's on fire? What happened to you? Take a look. Ah, hit a missile on the drive block. There we go. And that's fuel line fire. Overdone did see one. Is it nuclear as well? No, it's just fuel line fire. The sprinter leaving. Yeah, these MMTs could get onto the Bravo point cap. It's really going to depend on where the night goes. It looks like it's headed away from the Bravo point, sending the overconfidence down there to handle that. Which, yeah, that's pretty overconfident play to do. I don't know about that one, Jupe. Really gonna need that Voxel to go down there. This is out for the multi-mission tug. Where are these being fired?
The enemy is securing zone boxer.
Okay, well that was confusing. Might have set up a fire order and then moved, and the fire order moved too. Always painful when that happens. Although the roll-offs usually fire immediately, so that seems unlikely. I don't know. Alright, Val, gonna find whatever this is. Can't pronounce that. Shamili Dower? I don't know. Couple lands, nothing terrible, but does drop a blanket off that. Oh, and this is one of the Dram Prigs. You really can't be taking damage on that. That thing has got to get out of here. I don't think ANS has enough combat power. Because they really only have Good Nuts 450 Axfords and the Voxel for, like, fighting. Everything else is either a cap asset or an artillery piece. Or actually, no, 6-stack ball has... Right. Okay. Well, the 250 beam Axfords. I mean, that's at least they're on the field. And S2's going after the Axford. It actually gets a couple of lands? It's been a while since I've seen S2s hit Axfords. In low volumes, I mean. Yeah, I guess this thing is really reliant on the soft kill, and the player didn't fire a soft kill, so that'll do it. Oh boy, the Knight now eating Railfire. That's going to add up real quick on the Voxel. It's like it's going down the length of the ship, setting multiple fires every land. Doing a little bit of damage too, but man, this thing's 8 teams. It's quite a bit for Voxel. That is going to add up very fast. The Bravo point now under OSP's control. They got a 3-to-1 cap advantage. That's really strong. Rail's adding up on the tucks. Oh my, the Floroptite has gone from okay to very much not. Yeah, the cap's the most important, but the longer they can hold it, the better. Venus just doesn't really have enough on the field of battle. All their other stuff's long range. Whoa, when did this get fucked up? What happened to you? Ah, Railfire. Counter rail battery. I see. That's why there's blasts on this side. Okay. Yeah, as soon as they detected the tugs were there, this Voxel needed to start rotating towards the Bravo point. No question. That is immediate play. You don't say, maybe the one spinner can handle it. You gotta go. Gotta go. Gotta get up and go. Okay, they have now killed the Floroptite. They need to switch to the Floroptite, which they have. The locks have not, so it's going to be a little harder for the Rails to deal a ton of damage, or maybe not. There's 2 out of 3 lands. Another Axford getting annihilated. It's a Railbird. Double Railacello. Look at that. Yeah, go back to your corner. Sorry, cruise is now required. It's so funny too because these Stellas are like unbelievably vulnerable to EO missiles. So all it would take is a couple S3 HEOs, but good luck with that. Because that far away, there's just... I don't know. I don't think there's any realistic way you get that strike off if the player is moving a lot. Because it's a lot of burn time. It's like a minute and a half of burn time to get back there and do anything. Bonk. Well. Yeah, these 250 beam Axfords keep getting brought out and keep not doing anything, and I don't know why. They don't really have range capacity, they don't really have the anti-missile capacity, they got rebounds and defenders. Can't really do anything with that. Savix here, hot micing again.
Oh God, sorry.
I believe my music has ceased. This over here. This piece over here. Crow is giving away information. Unbelievable.
Oh, that thingy, sorry.
And things are starting to slow down a bit, though. And it really needs to not be doing that. The opening rush is kind of over. They can't afford to get into the slowdown phase and stay there for a while, especially not with OSP getting shape onto Echo with the any top. Fine. New music. AI war, sure. Yeah, and OSP has really strong control over their side of the map, so ANS is going to struggle to get over into Delta or to Charlie. Obviously, no one's getting the alpha point at all. Both teams are correctly just parked out. Yeah, Imperial camped out behind this, can see directly into the alpha point and can just shell it with those C90s anytime anything shows up there. Housing going nuclear. Oh, I see, there's the bulk freighter getting shot. Yeah, Rail's pretty terrible against bulk freighters of all things, just because they're usually going to be broadside and you're not going to get more than one compartment at a time. That does add up. Look at that. Shit's on fire, fam. I don't know, it seems like people's auto-jamming is influencing their jam control more than manual control, which is usually not great.
The enemy secured zone boxer.
Water. I don't think this is gonna land. No, he's just gonna miss the bucket. Oh! Soft kill, baby. Okay. NS is no longer down. They have re-secured the Bravo point with 2 cap sprinters, and a voxel, and then a jam sprinter. Still think you run into the fundamental problem of Rails is good against everything, long-range missiles is good against kind of only Rails, because everyone else just soft kills. At least from OSP side, obviously ANS still has fantastic long-range missiles. Obviously the triple Axford build can't do it, but double Axford could certainly afford a chaff box. Double rail solo could as well, as long as you don't regen an entire half-cap fleet. Oh, man. I hope we're just witnessing an adaptation period as people are trying to figure out how to deal with rails again, but I'm really not a fan of how much these just slow down the game. Are you visible? Yes, you're dying. Yeah, there's 4 Axfords with the railguns directly to this thing. And it's just fucked with like no interaction. It now has to go behind the point and hide for 15 minutes and heal up. What happened to the Axford D that got hit by mites? That seems fine. I mean, it's not great. Seems fine. And there's that alpha cap. It's the jam prig of all things. Be sure to jammers being funneled down the tube. And rails on cover, preventing the deny. Cool little play. Stillwater is eating a comical barrage. And this single S2 is going to hit it. No way. Okay. No way! Alright, there it is. They got way closer than it should have. Oh my. 9 teams, which isn't bad, but the 450 plus the rails is gonna add up real quick. I think the EMMT is gonna get onto Echo Point though. There's nothing up here guarding this. There's a spy frig, but it's not really a threat. Where is the voxel going during all of this? Aha, I see. Going after the bulk freighter that's been railed, or one of them. Yeah, this isn't the first one, this is the second one. It's currently eating rails. It's the other one that got railed. James' 250 ship. Oh no, it's the ones over here that are eating railed. Yeah, there we go. I think this is fine. It is not. It has also been railed. Yeah, because that's just the way that it goes. Yeah. 1250 at least.
The enemy is securing zone.
I don't know, I think yeah, I'm starting to feel like that would just be more sitting around and watching things get hit by rails. There's Quino going for the Echo Point. She's gonna get it too. Chondo is the only thing in range, and that's gonna take longer than a minute to get up there. Top not locked. Gotta stay in the point though. Gotta stay in the point though. It's gonna drift out. Or it's just gonna eat a million rails point blank. And Jammer gets downed.
The enemy secured zone Eclipse.
Okay, it does get the Echo. Jamfrig's coming in. For rail fire on the rail birds. Yeah, now that they're actually locked. Unless we can counter battery with... Guess what? More rails! Yeah, that thing's pretty much fucked. The 1DC team isn't going to be able to handle that. No restores, both Railguns out. So that's Dunsky. Unfortunately, this multi-mission Doug is going to die for its troubles. Might also burn down alongside the Axford. All these fires and only 2 teams. Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
The
1
enemy
DC
is
team.
securing zone eclipse.
Just 1. Very funny. ANS retaking the Echo Point, but OSP still up by 200. Had to back away from their Alpha control. They really could have gotten onto the Alpha Point and gotten something done. OSP mostly just unable to push and kept back here. So every time anything peeks out in the open, it just gets railed. I don't think a D push is going to go very well.
The enemy secured zone eclipse.
Let's watch. Let's observe. Let's bear witness. Okay, we got some anti-mine tech going off on this cup. Does he realize that this is also going to be mined? I'm gonna go with no. No, he has no idea. He's full speed. Alright, see ya, fucker. Hello? Hello! There they go. Oh, there's no defender on the sprinter. Cool. So yeah, that's instantly dead. Why is there no defender on the gun sprinter? Who's doing this? Absolute gabagool. Now, Imperial's been camped out back here all game, and the Voxel has dared to show its face, so it is now about to experience the rage of 3,000 points of monitors, 3,000 points of bulk freighter, maybe 4,000 points of bulk freighter. Womp womp. Going on elsewhere. Nothing's really going on elsewhere. Tramish pushing just a little bit downs the jam sprinter. Just gonna make the voxel significantly more vulnerable. We're definitely playing Tumbleweed next. Eorta and Valar 2 are both pretty static maps. The rails have made it like 10 times worse. So I think we need to play Tumbleweed. We need to play Honeycomb. We need to play Yukon. Because all 3 of those are very dynamic maps, even with long range pressure. Just because of how much cover they have. You can really dodge the rails and play foot games around the edges of the map. Can you turn the music down a bit? Yes. Sorry, I might be mumbling because I've been thinking a lot during this game, more than I've been casting. It's not like we're gonna get, 250 games with the Rails in to shake out everything before they hit the public testing branch. Or the, whatever the real version of the game is called. A lot of thinking. The real testing branch. I mean, it kind of is. It's early access. It's basically a beta. I honestly hate them. The brick gaming has already been really, really lame. Want more of that? Taconite dying violently here on the Alpha Point. The combined might of the OSP team. Bulk freighter and monitors. Another ship dying on Delta? A frigate flies in. Okay, this is actually an incredible mine spot, by the way. Because only 2 mines went and killed the first sprinter, and then this come in, and 2 more mines got it, and there's still 1 left. Fantastic angle, apparently. If OSP gets the Alpha Point, they win the game. There's no question. And I think they're gonna get it. Man, my game do be chugging down to 5 FPS. Gotta get that new video card, man.
We're contesting Zone Atlas.
Oh no, SP's gonna get Bravo too. These Axers are gonna have to throw themselves on this point one at a time. And every time they do that, they're going to die violently.
The enemy is securing Zone
Or
Box.
die tactically. Yeah, that's a word for it. Comes the next one. The next victim. It's not gonna matter, they're gonna get the Bravo point. Yeah, that's OSP's game. Oh no, they're gonna get Echo too. Schmoopy? Schmoopy? Man, what year is it? It's
The
250
enemy is
being
securing
third.
Zone Eclipse.
Will survive for a long time.
The enemy secured Zone Boxer.
Oh, and this close range beam is actually going to pay off here against the monitors. 250 not going to be super effective, but oh boy, that disappeared real quick. Oh man, the monitor's going to go nuclear too. I think, unless it's a fuel line fire. It's a boosty. I don't think reactors can have fuel line fires. I think they only have nuclear crits, and then it's drives that have the nuclear crits and the fuel line fires.
The enemy secured
Can I
Zone
get a
Dagger.
confirm or a deny on that?
The enemy secured Zone Eclipse.
C. Oh, okay. Alright, well. Very cute. For a second I was like, well, that is entirely unhelpful, thanks. But I get it. Get it. Thanks. Thanks, babe. Yeah, I got it. C, yes. Spanish. Very cute. Alright, and that's the game!
The enemy is securing zone Eclipse.
I don't know. I've seen some Sailor games that were much more dynamic.
The enemy is securing zone Atlas.
I'll be honest.
Go
They're
ahead.
contesting zone Atlas.
Most of the time, Sailor games always end up like that.
No.
Most of the, at least the ones I had on that map, they always ended up just not a lot of happening. At least not when people push pass A.
So we usually see people pair off into these little groups and go and scuffle on the corners of the map, at least in the Stack v Stack games. But with Rails, you're discouraged from doing that because you can already kind of 2v1 anywhere that the rail has vision
enemy
of,
secured
and
zone
you have
Eclipse.
one fewer like direct combat fleet on the field.
I think that was a military victory for ANS. We were totally winning.
For real. We totally won. Don't look at the battle report.
Yeah, as far as the actual game though that we were playing, we did actually win.
Which one was the? Which one? Was
Yeah?
it Burning Screen that I that got mined, or?
Yeah, it took one or two.
Okay.
A lot of
Yeah.
things took mine.
Right in the CIC and everything.
I really like the mine placements around. Those they're fun.
Damn. 15k rail damage.
Oh yeah.
So I think that map was a little stacked towards a Rails favor.
It is. That's why we're
Oh,
playing
absolutely.
Tumbleweed next. That's why I want to freaking play Tumbleweed to begin with. But we
The
wound
site
up
with more
not doing
railguns
that.
lost, though.
I don't know. Like Sunflower did a good job. Sunflower got rails on ANS targets that were important. I think as soon as the rail solo pair got fire on at least one of the Railfords, like it's dead.
The one that the one that I threw onto the point to try to stop a shuttle or a tug.
Also, Kagan just being denied basically the whole game.
The Rails experts doing a very good scouting.
I mean, early on they got a bunch of locks on my MMTs.
No, yeah, but they didn't have very good scout on the back line. I mean,
Team stack reading to bring more capital ships. Mission impossible.
Yeah, I think there was like one too many rails on the ANS side, and if that rail was, I'm looking at Super Hans's fleet. If that rail was something else,
yeah, cool position pretty bad there.
Three Cats.
You had 4 rail experts.
Three Cats' fleet did not exist. It's definitely a good fleet that didn't greed with too many rails.
honestly, I really like railgun gameplay on OSP. They have very good like sensor assets for detecting railguns or enemy railguns. I mean,
also
especially
didn't have any yubbers to deal with the rails. Again,
the EWR especially is very good because it can detect the large targets and shit.
There was a There was a weird part in the game where, due to the way the burst fire worked, what had happened was I threw my Railus away, basically, and every, 2 minutes I'd hear, "We're taking damage!" And I'd look at it, there would be 100 rails coming for it, and then we'd shut up. The other 2 minutes, "We're taking damage!"
I should have been more conservative with my MMT placement early on. But...
They won the game!
True.
Yeah, we won.
it was really cool to see OSP needs to push A now, and then it opened up the B push and it opened up that E push for OSP to win.
Yeah, we just decided to push all the points at the same time.
Yeah, I mean that was smart. That was the play that won you the game.
literally the counter to that type of rail World War One style. Just like go everywhere. What are they gonna do?